Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about something really important, but we're going to look at it from a different angle, from the perspective of a family member, a friend, someone who cares. We're breaking down the top 5 signs that someone you love might be dealing with heart failure, but we're focusing on the things you can actually notice in your day-to-day life. So let's dive in.
It usually starts with little things, right? A tiny change in their routine, maybe a new complaint you've never heard before, or just that gut feeling that something's a little off. This explainer is all about helping you connect those dots so you can see the bigger picture of what might be going on. So, where do we start? Well, believe it or not, one of the biggest clues can actually show up after the sun goes down. We're talking about breathlessness, but it's not always obvious. It often hides in how someone tries to get comfortable at night. Now, this might seem like such a small detail, but it is a huge deal. If you notice your loved one suddenly needing 2, 3, maybe even more pillows just to get to sleep, that's not just about finding a comfy spot. It's a really common sign that they're struggling for air when they lie down. So why does that happen? Well, think about it this way. When the heart's not pumping as strong as it should, fluid can start to back up into the lungs. When you lie down flat, gravity lets that fluid spread out, and it can feel like you're drowning, like you just can't get a deep breath. Propping themselves up on all those pillows, that's them using gravity to their advantage, helping that fluid sink to the bottom of their lungs so they can breathe a little easier. It's a clever, unconscious fix to a really serious problem. Okay, so we've covered the nighttime. Now let's shift gears and talk about the daytime. And another sign that's very, very visible. We're talking about swelling, especially in the feet and ankles, that you might start to see as they go about their day. The official medical term for this is edema, but it's really just another sign of that struggling pump. If the heart can't move blood around efficiently, that fluid has to go somewhere, and it starts to pool in the places furthest away from the heart, like, you guessed it, the ankles and the feet. And here is the real telltale pattern you should look for. In the morning, right after they've been lying down all night, their shoes might fit perfectly fine. But as the day goes on, after they've been sitting or standing for hours, gravity does its thing and pulls all that extra fluid down. You might notice their ankles look puffy or that their socks leave these really deep marks. That daily change, that's a huge clue. All right, so beyond the pillows at night and the swelling during the day, there are other really important clues. These are a little different because they aren't tied to a certain time of day. Instead, they point to a constant, background struggle that the body is going through. So, we're going to look at 3 more key signs here. A really sudden change on the bathroom scale, a feeling they might describe as their heart fluttering or racing, and this deep, profound sense of tiredness that just won't go away. Okay, first, let's talk weight gain. If your loved one suddenly puts on, say, 2 or 3 pounds in one day, or maybe 5 pounds in a week, and they haven't changed how they eat at all, that is a massive red flag. This isn't fat, it's the literal weight of all that extra fluid building up inside their body. Next up is palpitations. You might hear them say their heart feels like it's skipping beats or just racing for no reason. What's happening is the heart is trying to make up for being weaker. Since each pump isn't pushing as much blood, it starts beating faster to try and keep up with what the body needs. It's basically working way harder, not smarter. And finally, fatigue. And listen, this is not just being tired after a long day. This is a bone-deep exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. The body is literally spending all its energy just trying to function with a heart that's struggling. Of course they're exhausted. So we've looked at all these different things. Pillows, swelling, weight gain, a racing heart, being tired all the time. It can seem like a jumble of random issues. But now, let's put all those puzzle pieces together and see the story they're telling.
So let's just run through them one more time. The top 5 signs. Number 1, needing extra pillows to breathe at night. 2, swollen feet and ankles that get worse as the day goes on. 3, sudden and unexplained weight gain from fluid. 4, a heart that feels like it's racing or fluttering. And 5, that constant, overwhelming fatigue.
And here's the absolute most important takeaway. None of these things are happening in a vacuum. They are all connected. The same fluid that makes it hard to breathe at night is what's causing the swollen ankles and the weight gain. The racing heart and the fatigue, both are the body screaming that it's struggling to compensate for a weak pump. It is all one story. Look, noticing these signs isn't about you playing doctor. It's about being observant. It's about seeing these pieces come together to form a picture. And most importantly, it's about giving you the confidence to start a conversation, a gentle conversation that encourages your loved one to go talk to their doctor. And honestly, that small conversation could change everything.
Thanks so much for joining me.